Good Saturday evening to you, wrestling fans. Josh with you, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. And we are on the air for one big hour of great wrestling action, kicking things off with singles action. Beautiful Bobby Eaton to take on Ricky Morton.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Sweet Stan Lane. And representing the Midnight Express from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 233 pounds, beautiful Bobby Eaton.
A week ago, the Midnight Express attacked the Rock and Roll Express, and so this match has been signed. A grudge match between beautiful Bobby Eaton and Ricky Morton. Also tonight, a big main event. Lex Luger and Sting will take on Big Van Vader, the World Heavyweight Champion, and Stan Hansen. Also for the World Television title, it's going to be Larry Zbyszko challenging the champion, Brad Armstrong. And in singles action, Road Warrior Hawk taking on Tully Blanchard, one half of the World Tag Team Champions. And the former champions making their way to the ring.
Accompanied by Robert Gibson, representing the Rock and Roll Express from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 235 pounds, Ricky Morton.
Fans, 3 weeks from tonight, Saturday, January 31st, it will be Super Brawl, and the main event has been signed. It'll be World Champion Vader taking on the Total Package Lex Luger. Also for the World Tag Team titles, it's going to be Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson taking on the Road Warriors. For the U.S. title, the champion Sting will take on Stan Hansen. Also in a loser leaves town match, Rick Rude taking on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Collar and elbow tie-up, 15-minute time limit in this one. A sold-out crowd before you. And our referee is Bill Scott. Good takedown there by Ricky Morton. Headlock here by beautiful Bobby. A punch right to the jaw. A cover. Hooks the leg. One. Only gets a one count. Robert Gibson, of course, in the corner of Morton. In the corner of beautiful Bobby, Sweet Stan Lane, and their manager, Jim Cornette. Beautiful Bobby with a knee right to the kisser. And drives the knee again right to the jaw. Fans, next week, be sure to tune in, same time, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time. The Barbarian will take on Ron Garvin. No time limit in that one. The time limit waived. There will be a winner. A couple weeks ago, the two men wrestled to a time limit draw. Also next week, Black Bart taking on Magnum TA. Submission hold here by beautiful Bobby. Also signed for next week, six-man action. Ravishing Rick Rude will team with Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey, all members of Medusa's Militia. And they're taking on the U.S. Tag Team Champions, the Steiner Brothers, and Ricky Steamboat. Good block there by beautiful Bobby. A lot of reasons to tune in next Saturday. Also, the World TV title will be on the line. Beautiful suplex there by Bobby. Another knee right to the jaw, really working that area. Leaping knee again. Bobby has him up. Twirling suplex. And Bobby Eaton on fire. Another leaping knee drop. Hope your 2026 is off to a good start. Ricky Morton sweeps the leg out from underneath beautiful Bobby. Both men looking for a victory. Clothesline there by Ricky Morton. Morton chasing Eaton on the outside. And beautiful Bobby trying to slow down the tempo. Stan Lane up in the face of Ricky Morton. Ricky slips right on by. Robert Gibson is hit with a knee to the midsection. Referee didn't see that. I don't know if he would have disqualified Eaton or not. Beautiful suplex there by Eaton. Referee tends to give grace unless a wrestler attacks a manager. If he attacks another wrestler, he usually lets it slide. Unless, of course, it's outside interference from a man who's not involved in the matchup. Abdominal stretch here by Beautiful Bobby, looking for a submission win in the middle of the ring. And Morton with a hip toss. Great escape there by Morton. These two men, no strangers to each other. They've had a lot of battles over the last year. Driving elbow. Both men wanting to move up the ladder. In World Championship Wrestling, a near fall. Eaton just kicked out. Also in tag team action, they have to be considered two of the top teams. Right now, both have slid down the rankings a bit, but they remain top contenders to the U.S. Tag Team title. And Jim Cornette covers his face, can't bear to watch. And Morton again chasing Beautiful Bobby. As we approach 10 minutes remaining in the time limit. Solid right hand there by Beautiful Bobby. Now scraping the eyes across the top rope. Bobby now sends him into the corner. From behind, Bobby sets him up on the top rope. Right hand. And Bobby with a side suplex from the middle rope. Bobby has him up, one hand backbreaker. And Bobby going up top, looking for the Alabama Jam. Can he land it on Morton? Yes! Right across the throat. And the cover. Hooks the leg. That's got to be all, too. No, Morton somehow got the shoulder up. Fans love it here in Atlanta. A lot of fight being shown from Ricky Morton. But Beautiful Bobby grabs the leg. He's looking for the figure four. And he locks it on. Morton's shoulders on the mat. He yanks them off. He can be pinned in that predicament. Morton trying to turn it over. Reverse the pressure. And he does. Eaton's going to have to release the hold. Ricky Morton. He schoolboyed him. Has him covered. 2. A near fall. Eaton nearly held him down for the 3 count. A running clothesline that floors Ricky Morton. Into the ropes. Another great running clothesline. Looked like a sickle. Cover. Has the legs hooked. Can he hold him down? Another 2 count. A series of near falls here from Beautiful Bobby. But Ricky Morton kicking out every time before the count of 3. Good backbreaker. Eaton fired up. He's waiting for Morton to get to his feet. Eaton from behind. Rolls him up. Looks like a clean pin here. He does not have the trunks. Referee made sure. 2. And a near fall. Clean pin. He did not have a hold of the tights. Morton just collapsed. And Eaton's going to roll him up again. Can he hold the shoulders down? Another near fall. That was 2.5. And another roll up here by Ricky. Or by Bobby, excuse me. 2. Another near fall. Side salto suplex there by Beautiful Bobby. And he is working over Ricky Morton. And Morton bleeding. Morton's been lacerated. Eaton whips him into the corner. Puts him up on the top rope. It's been all Beautiful Bobby in the last couple minutes of this matchup. He is looking for the superplex right into your living room. And now Beautiful Bobby cranking the chin, pulling the head back, bearing the knee into the lower back, trying to force Morton to submit. He is stretching him. Morton able to wiggle free. But Beautiful Bobby stays on him. Great, excellent execution on the neck breaker. And another 2 count. Morton showing us his tremendous heart. But Beautiful Bobby flies off the top rope with a knee drop. The referee might have to stop this match. Morton taking a beating, but he is fighting back. Good kick and a DDT. He rocked him. Cover. Great finds the leg. And a kick out by Beautiful Bobby. Morton thought he had the man defeated following that vicious DDT, but Beautiful Bobby able to kick out. And now it's Morton on offense. Ricky winded. He is taking a beating in this one. Armbar has Beautiful Bobby grounded. He is trying to wear down Eaton. Bobby able to break free. There's the elbow right to the kisser. He really rocked him. Now picks him up and it's Eaton back on the offense with a beautiful backbreaker. Bobby again looking for the backbreaker, and there it is. And Eaton going up top once more. Can he be going for the Alabama Jam? And he lands it for a second time. That's got to be all. Cover. Hooks the leg. 2. Another kick out by Morton. Eaton slams the mat in frustration. Morton has no quit in him. And it's Beautiful Bobby with a good suplex. 5 minutes remain in the time limit. 5 minutes. Bobby now whips him into the corner. Charge again. Thunderous clothesline. It floored Ricky Morton, the former World Tag Team Champion. Cover. 1, 2. In fact, both teams, former World Tag Team Champions here in WCW. Front face lock. Now Eaton drives the knee against the knee. And the blood just pouring down the face of Ricky Morton. Referee might have to consider stopping this one. Ricky refusing to submit. Able to slip free and runs over Beautiful Bobby with a shoulder tackle. And now Morton fighting back. Stomps the bicep. Ricky now cranking the neck. Slams Eaton down. And Morton moving very slowly. He is winded. Armbar applied by Ricky. He is trying to wear down Beautiful Bobby, but not a lot of time to do that. 3.5 minutes remaining. Coming up on 3.5 minutes. This one might very well go to the time limit draw. Beautiful elbow right to that wounded forehead, but Ricky fighting back. Couple of backhanded strikes there, but Beautiful Bobby avoids the third one and executes a great neck breaker. Beautiful Bobby again calling out to the Atlanta crowd. Fans loving it here in Atlanta. And a roll up here by Beautiful Bobby. Referee looking to make sure it's a clean pin. It is. And another near fall. Just a 2 count. He did not have the tights. Cover here by Beautiful Bobby. 3 minutes left. Picks him up. Beautiful Bobby looking for another textbook suplex. And great execution. Bobby again. As animated as we'll ever see him. Into the corner. Measures him. A hip toss across the... He hit the referee. Beautiful Bobby just hit the referee. I think it was inadvertent. But he's going to take advantage of the ref being down. He picked up a steel chair. Jim Cornette yelling at him to use it. And he's got it in the ring. Referee's up though. Ricky knocked it out of his hands. Referee in the way. Again, taking some friendly fire there by Beautiful Bobby. He's going to let this match continue. Great decision by the referee. 2 minutes left. And Bobby again with another backbreaker. And Beautiful Bobby going up top, a third Alabama Jam on the way, it would seem. And yes! Less than 2 minutes left. Cover. Hooks the leg. Can he hold him down this time? Yes, he can. And Bob Eaton remains undefeated in singles action and World Championship Wrestling. A hard-fought victory over Ricky Morton, but a win nonetheless. Such heart shown by young Ricky But it's Eaton coming out victorious. A lot of near falls in this one. And finally, it took 3 Alabama Jams to put away Ricky Morton, but this feud far from over.
Here is your winner, beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Don't go away, wrestling fans. More great action still to come. Beautiful Bobby having words with referee Bill Scott. Fans, we are backstage. That's Ravishing Rick Rude. He just Pearl Harbored Ricky Steamboat from behind. And now stomping away on the Dragon. These two men will meet in 3 weeks with their careers on the line. The loser must leave World Championship Wrestling. And he drives Steamboat's face to the cement floor. Picks him up. We need to get some security back there to help out Ricky Steamboat. A suplex. He was attacked from behind. And now Rude putting the boots to the Dragon. Picks him up and throws him hard into that cement wall. And Rude rakes the back. Good shot there by the Ravishing One. Snap suplex on the floor. And Rude now leaving the victim. We've got to get back to the ring. Action continues now. Hoping to get some help for Ricky Steamboat, who was just attacked by Ravishing Rick Rude. And the Road Warriors make their way to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Animal, and representing the Road Warriors from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 304 pounds, Hulk.
Last week, the World Tag Team Champions were giving an interview to start off the program, and the Road Warriors attacked them. And they've issued a challenge for Super Brawl that has been signed. I understand the Horsemen did not want to accept the challenge, but the Championship Committee overruled the decision and signed the match for Super Brawl with the World Tag Team titles on the line. The Road Warriors will take on Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson in 3 weeks. But tonight we're getting a sneak peek as Road Warrior Hawk takes on Tully Blanchard. Animal, of course, at ringside. Let's see if Tully Blanchard comes out with other members of the Horsemen. Fans eagerly awaiting the arrival of Blanchard. And Barry Windham coming out first, so that tells you right there. Blanchard has backup. Flair, I'm sure, won't be here. Still recovering, I hear. Expected to return next month. And we've got Arn Anderson and Baby Doll coming out. So Hawk is going to be outnumbered.
Accompanied by the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. And representing the 4 Horsemen from San Antonio, Texas. Weighing in at 241 pounds. 1/2 of the World Tag Team, Tully Blanchard.
What a matchup this should be. Tully Blanchard will have to use his scientific skills to defeat the awesome, powerful Road Warrior Hawk. Still to come, wrestling fans, our big main event. U.S. Champion Sting will team with Lex Luger, both members of Missy Hyatt's Hot Stuff International. They are taking on the World Champion Vader and Stan Hansen. What a duo that should be. A lot of power there on the side of the bad guys. This one about to begin. Sit back and enjoy this one. 15-minute time limit. Referee calls for the bell. And Blanchard already trying to get into the head of Hawk, trying to slow down the tempo. Hawk coming out to the floor, but there are a lot of horsemen out there, as well as their valet, Tully Blanchard's valet. Good cheap shot there by Blanchard. Look out for Animal from behind. Paul Ellering not out there, interestingly. And Blanchard takes advantage of the situation. Hawk was exposed there a bit. as he made his way awkwardly into the ring, and Blanchard took advantage of it. That's what he wanted. But it will not last long. Hawk fighting back. Picks up Tully. Scoops him up and slams him to the mat. Clubbing low there by Hawk. Picks him up again. And a second fall-away slam. And Blanchard rolling out to the floor. He is behind Baby Doll. His perfect 10. Anderson up in the face of Hawk. Again, Tully in the ring already when Hawk slides in. And that works to Blanchard's advantage. He put the boots to him. And now stomps the forehead of Road Warrior Hawk. Blanchard clubbing blow. Drives the elbow to the lower back. Blanchard going to the second rope. Calling out to the crowd. Rolls him over. And drops the elbow once more. Trying to force big Road Warrior Hawk to submit. Hawk just slips free. And runs him over with a clothesline. Vicious maneuver there. And now, fist and fire from Hawk. Lateral press. Cover. 1, 2. And he got him. Anderson can't believe it. The clothesline took its toll on Blanchard. A quick win. And fans, we've got a situation happening right now. All 4 men in the ring battling. Fans, we've got to break this up. We knew this might happen. All 4 men in there. We've got to take a timeout. We'll be right back.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Television Championship.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. Our security team, head of security Doug Dillinger and his team, broke up that melee between the Horsemen and the Road Warriors. Things definitely remain unsettled, but Hawk gets the win here tonight. And Larry Zbyszko brought some friends, his manager Medusa, and teammates, the Skyscrapers, Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey. What an opportunity for the living legend Larry Zbyszko to unseat the World Television Champion Brad Armstrong. Armstrong has been the champion for 3 weeks, 21 days. How time flies. Seems like it was just recently when he won that championship. Just like less than a week ago. But it's been 3 weeks. And members of Medusa's militia making their way to the ring. Ravishing Rick Rude, also a member. Fans, we do have a report on Ricky Steamboat. He has been treated by our medical team and is okay, sustaining no severe injuries, and he is still set to wrestle in 3 weeks in that loser leaves town match against Ravishing Rick Rude, the man who attacked him this evening. Rude was trying to put him out ahead of time, trying to weaken him before the big event at Super Brawl. Intimidating trio right there. You have the great scientific skills of Larry Zbyszko, along with his experience and expertise, along with the massive men of Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey, masters of the power bomb. If Fancy has been signed for Super Brawl, they will get that U.S. Tag Team title shot against the Steiner brothers. What an opportunity for Medusa over the next few weeks to collect a lot of championships starting tonight. If Larry Zbyszko can force Brad Armstrong to submit or pin him, Zbyszko will take home that TV title. Fans awaiting the arrival of the champion. Zbyszko looks determined. Tremendous ovation for the World Television Champion, Brad Armstrong. It was 3 weeks ago that he defeated Barry Windham for the title. Windham unable to capture it back, even though he said he would win it back easily. Great win last week by Armstrong over Nikita Koloff. Many say it was a fluke victory, but a win nonetheless. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 233 pounds, the living legend. Introducing the champion from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 226 pounds, he is the World Television Champion, Brad Armstrong.
World TV title on the line. Referee is Bill Scott. Good catch there by Larry Zbyszko. Armstrong was charging in with a clothesline attempt. Zbyszko just caught the arm, twirled it around, and executed a great maneuver. 15-minute time limit in this title matchup. And many fans sensing a title change here tonight. Drives the fist between the eyes. It could be tonight that Armstrong's luck runs out on him. Medusa would love to have another champion in her stable, with an opportunity to have 2 champions by the end of the month. Leaping leg drop there by Zbyszko, and also with a chance to drive Ricky Steamboat out of WCW as her man Rick Rude takes him on at Super Brawl. Into the corner. Drives him down. Springs to the middle rope. Measures him. Drops the fist. Right between the eyes. Armstrong down. Measures him again. Snaps the head down. Zbyszko working him over. Larry turns him over. Single leg Boston Crab. A lot of pressure being exerted on the knee of the champion. He kicks free. Brad's had some shorter matches for title defenses. The longer this match goes, the more it favors Larry Zbyszko. He is used to the longer match. Puts him up on the top rope. However, the time limit does benefit the champion in that he does not have to win the match. If the match goes to a time limit draw, Armstrong retains. Zbyszko trying to slow down the tempo. Armstrong chases him out. And Larry fighting back here, driving the elbow to the side of the head. Throws Armstrong up and over the railing, and he's out among the fans. Zbyszko leaps over, and they're fighting among the crowd. Larry is wise, though. He knows he can't win the match. He can't win the title, however, by a count out. He's got to get him back in the ring. Armstrong throws him to the floor, and they're up to the count of 6 already. Look out, Sid Vicious, Dan Spivey coming over, and both men back in the ring. Went for the right hand. Armstrong moved out of the way. Good back suplex there by Brad. A rare move, or a rare mistake displayed by Larry Zbyszko. Clothesline there by Brad, and another. Head of steam off the ropes. Beautiful drop kick. And Brad Armstrong and Dan Spivey having some words. Cover here by Brad. Hooks the leg to a near fall. Larry just kicked out. And Dan Spivey still yelling something across the arms, across the chest, yelling something at Brad Armstrong. Good move there by Larry, and face first to the mat goes Brad Armstrong. A drop toe hold, and now drives his face to the canvas and gets a 2 count. Medusa thought it was 3. Knee to the back of the head. Medusa fired up at ringside. She wants a champion. And she feels Larry Zbyszko is the man who's going to collect it tonight. That World Television title. Lateral press. And Armstrong gets his shoulder off the mat. The referee also says that he was under the ropes. 11 minutes left in the time limit. Another cover here by Larry. 1, 2, a 2 count. Larry Zbyszko would love to be part of history and become the first man to win a title in 2026. Cover here by Zbyszko. Could we see the first title change of the year tonight? Right now, Larry Zbyszko looking like he's going to make that happen. Front face lock. Fireman carry takeover. Can Armstrong rally like he has in the past 2 weeks? Good suplex and bridge. Has the man pinned. 2. A 2 count. A lot of near falls in this one already. Zbyszko keeping the foot on the gas. Head scissors. Drives the elbow to the top of the head. Picks him up. And the armbar has Armstrong down. Looking for a submission right here. That would give him the TV title if Armstrong gives up, but he did not. And Armstrong with a Russian leg sweep out of nowhere. That's his move, and Dan Spivey knows it. He has the referee's attention. 1, 2, 3. Armstrong had the man pinned. Dan Spivey saved Larry Zbyszko. But Armstrong now fighting back, working on the arm. He kicked him. And now Armstrong looking for the figure 4. Blocks it on. Can he force Zbyszko to submit and retain the title? But no, Larry's going to punch his way free. Larry now, that suplex and bridge, but could not hold him down this time. Did not have the strength. Roll up there by Brad. Can he hold him down? Great wrestling move. 2 and 3. No. Near fall. Almost had the man pinned. Great wrestling move that the living legend Larry Zbyszko did not see. Low kick there to the leg by Armstrong, and now attacking that same leg with the knee cracker. Trying to crack the knee. Double chop there by Armstrong. Larry moved out of the way of that second attempt, and now shoves him back, charging in, vicious clothesline. And Dan Spivey really animated at ringside. He's really into this one. Drives the fist right to the mouth. Snaps the head down. TV title on the line. If you're just joining us, earlier tonight we saw Rick Rude attack Ricky Steamboat. No damage done, however. Ricky Steamboat is okay, thankfully. And a good move there by Larry. Medusa better look out. Larry's coming off the top rope. Big splash there by Larry. Unorthodox move by the living legend, but effective nonetheless. And he is measuring him. Good catch there by Brad Armstrong. A sweeping leg takes him down. Picks him up. And fires the challenger back into the ring. And we're about halfway through the time limit. 7.5 minutes remaining. This is the longest that Brad Armstrong has gone in quite some time. A flurry of offense there by Brad. And there's Dan Spivey again, distracting the champion. And Brad Armstrong really letting Spivey get into his head. Needs to keep his focus on Larry Zbyszko. Front face lock. Picks him up and cracks the knee. Armstrong wiping the sweat out of his eyes. Running down from the forehead. 7 minutes remain. Zbyszko avoided that clubbing blow, but will not avoid this. Armstrong slings him off the ropes. Armstrong measured him. Might be looking for the Russian leg sweep for the second time. And Larry, good reversal. Inverted DDT by the challenger. And a cover. Middle of the ring. New champion. No. 2 count. All he got was 2. Drives the knee to the lower back. This is our best TV title match in quite some time. Camel clutch here by Zbyszko. trying to force the champion to submit. Armstrong trying to reach out and grab that bottom rope. Instead, he's going to do it the hard way, overpowering Zbyszko by prying the hands away. And Brad Armstrong, both men winded here, swinging neckbreaker. You see Armstrong trying to get his breath, trying to catch his breath. Armbar. Less than 6 minutes left in the time limit. Armbar viciously applied, really wearing down the champion. And Larry drives the elbow right to the jaw. Charging in, Luthez Perez. And fist and fire here from the challenger. Medusa said, put him away. He might be looking for the brainbuster right here. Into the ropes goes Brad. Glancing blow. Glancing blow was a clothesline, but he barely caught Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong was trying to move out of the way and did avoid the blunt of the blow. But Larry stays on him and drills him with a spinning back elbow to the mouth. Front face lock here by the challenger. And back to the armbar. Really working the arm of Armstrong. I guess we'll see if those arms really are strong. He flips free. But a forearm shot that really rocked him. Now spins around. Another suplex again. Could not hold him down. Another roll up here by Brad Armstrong. In the corner. Can he hold him down? But no, just a 1 count this time. Zbyszko wiggles free. Kicks out. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the time limit. This one could very well go to the time limit draw. Vicious chop there. Knife edge chop there by Armstrong. That would have made Ricky Steamboat proud if he's able to view it from backstage. Good block there by the champion. He is trying to grab Armstrong. Picks him up and throws him up and over. I think the momentum carried Armstrong over. He leaped over. And now Sid Vicious is out there putting his hands on the champion. Referee's going to call for the bell. He just got his man disqualified. And Larry Zbyszko furious, putting the boots to Armstrong. We'll be right back. Armstrong retains, wins by DQ. Sid Vicious was furious at the end. Did not mean to cost his partner the match. Referee Bill Scott had enough of the involvement from Medusa's militia.
The contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Borger, Texas, weighing in at 320 pounds, Stan Hansen.
A disappointing finish to our TV title match. Just a great matchup. Wish that no one had been at ringside to get involved. First it was Dan Spivey, and then it was Sid Vicious putting his hands on the champion. Referee Bill Scott said enough's enough. I'm disqualifying Larry Zbyszko, and that's what happened. Brad Armstrong wins by DQ, retains the title, and Larry Zbyszko will have to wait for a rematch. Whether it is against him or against some other man for that TV title, he'll have to wait his turn now. Zbyszko cannot be happy with Sid Vicious right now. Things were moving in Zbyszko's favor even. Stan Hansen in the ring. The world champion makes his way to accompany him. They will team up. They've had their differences in the past. A brutal Japan
and his partner
matchup
from the Rocky Mountains, weighing in at 456 pounds, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Vader.
But they have common foes. Vader once Lex Luger. Sting once Stan Hansen. Sting and Luger issued the challenge. Vader and Hansen did not back down. And that's our main event here this week on WCW Saturday Night. So glad you're with us. Thank you for your continued support. Definitely appreciate you and hope you tune in again next week. Next week, there'll be Ron Garvin taking on the Barbarian. No time limit in that one. We got Magnum TA taking on Black Bart in a grudge match. And also signed a special 6-man challenge. Ravishing Rick Rude, Sid Vicious, and Dan Spivey taking on Ricky Steamboat and the U.S. Tag Team Champions, the Steiner Brothers. The Steiners, of course, members of Missy Hyatt's group, Hot Stuff International. Steamboat is not, but they are allies, and he is going to team with the Steiners next Saturday. What an ovation for Sting and Luger as they make their way to the ring. Scott Steiner coming out also, and so is Missy Hyatt.
And their opponents, accompanied by Scott Steiner, and at a combined weight of 526 pounds, the total package, Lex Luger and Sting.
Sting, of course, is the U.S. champion. Scott Steiner, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions. Rick Steiner not here tonight. He is the other half of the champs. Sting decked out in the white and teal and black, the black accents. Looking very determined as he makes his way to the ring. He wants Stan Hansen. Hansen attacked him a week ago. Issued the challenge for that U.S. Championship. The match has been signed 3 weeks from tonight. What a night it's going to be, a super brawl. Fans, I've just been informed that next week it is going to be Dan Spivey taking on Brad Armstrong for the World TV title. Don't miss that one. You saw Spivey get involved tonight, and he is next in line for a TV title shot. What an opportunity for Spivey. In 3 weeks, he and Sid Vicious will challenge the Steiner Brothers for the U.S. Tag titles, and next week has a chance to win the TV title. Spivey could very well be a double champion by month's end. So Medusa's Militia getting another shot at that TV title next week. Spivey issued the challenge. Brad Armstrong said, yeah, bring it. He is a fighting champion for sure. So Spivey getting involved not only with a feud with the Steiner Brothers, but now with Brad Armstrong. 15-minute time limit in this tag team match, our main event. It appears that Lex Luger will start things off against Stan Hansen. But no, we're going to get it. We're going to get Sting and Stan Hansen. Luger just tagged him in. And Sting, once Stan Hansen turns his back to him, however. Not a smart move by the Stinger, but a good body splash there by Sting, using Hansen's momentum against him. Sting, of course, the U.S. champion. The longest reigning champion in WCW right now. Well over 100 days. Sting pounds the chest. He's fired up. Feeding off the energy from the crowd. This sold-out crowd in Atlanta, Georgia. Sting looking for the suplex. Can he get the big 300-pounder up? Yes, he can. Look at the strength of the U.S. champion. And these two men will battle for the title 3 weeks from tonight at Super Brawl. Sting really pumped up. Looking for a leaping attack of some sort. Might have been a DDT attempt. It did not work. And Vader grabs Sting. Reverse suplex onto the floor. Luger did not like that. He grabs Hansen. Throws him out. He's going after Vader. He wants Vader. A right hand. And down goes the world champion. Luger, a house of fire. Referee Bill Scott orders him out of the ring. Scott Steiner coming over. So is Missy Hyatt. That's what Sting was looking for. That leaping DDT. And Sting looking for the figure four, trying to make it an early win here for his team. Really applying a lot of pressure, but Stan Hansen winds up and socks him right in the jaw. Knee to the midsection. Hansen now battling back. Clubbing lefts there by the bad man from Borger, Texas, and good teamwork there. It was a cheap shot. Vader pulled the top rope down. Sting went flying over. And now Luger coming over, helping out his partner. Sting and Vader taking it to Luger on the floor. Or excuse me, Sting and Luger taking it to Vader on the floor. And now Sting going after the leg. Missy Hyatt talking things over with Scott Steiner. Right hand there by Sting. Takes down Vader. Listen to the crowd. They are behind Sting. Tag made to the total package. Double team coming up. Atomic drop, inverted atomic drop, followed by a big boot to the kisser. And a cover. Vader comes and makes the save. Sting going after Vader. Luger now whips him into the buckle. Has Stan Hansen. Flips him across the ring. Great strength on display by the total package. Into the buckle. Now Luger takes time to flex for the crowd. He does not know that Vader's been tagged in. From behind now, Vader. What a right hand. And that's the second time that Luger took his eyes off his opponent, and it cost him both times. Sting flapping, trying to encourage his partner to take on the monster that is Vader. Luger battles his way out of the corner. DDT by the total package. And Luger taking a moment to pose and flex for the fans. Luger now. Another inverted DDT on the world champion. Lateral press, middle of the ring. Referee down in position. Easy kick out by the champion. Missy Hyatt looking on, encouraging her team. Russian leg sweep. Luger picks him up. Going for that DDT again, but Vader reverses it and applies the STF submission hold. Middle of the ring. Referee checking in. Luger using that tremendous power to break free and floors him with a clothesline. Vader gets up quickly though and military presses Luger to the canvas. And now the world champion applying the shoulder claw. It'll be Vader and Luger for the world heavyweight title in 3 weeks. Luger though, good shoulder tackle. Vader trying to crawl over and makes the tag to Stan Hansen. And Luger going over to tag in Sting. Hansen going up top. And now reroutes. Down goes referee Bill Scott. We've got no referee. Sting looking for the Scorpion Death Drop. Plants Hansen. Sting pounding the chest. Stomps the knee. Attacking the legs. He wants to lock in the figure four. Thought he was going for the Scorpion. But instead, the figure four leg lock on Stan Hansen. Hansen trying to turn it over. Winds up and socks Sting in the mouth. Less than 10 minutes remain in the time limit. Sting again with a DDT. He rocked Hansen. It'll be Sting and Hansen for the U.S. title 3 weeks from tonight. Saturday, January 31st at Super Brawl. But right now, Sting taking it to Stan Hansen. Referee checking in. Asking Hansen if he wants to call it quits. But Stan prying the hands away. Good escape there by Stan the Lariat Hansen. Whips him in. No, a reversal and a good hip toss there by Hansen. What a match that's going to be when these two lock horns for that U.S. Championship. Tag made to Vader, and Sting's going to bring in Luger. We're getting the rivals here tonight. Luger tries the clothesline, no effect on the big man, and Vader just knocked him to the canvas. Luger came at him full force, and Vader just bounced him off. Reverse powerbomb by the champion. And Luger in trouble. Luger kicks free. Charges in and a good takedown on the monster. Beautiful elbow drop there. There you see Scott Steiner looking on. Luger now puts him up on the top rope. Might be looking for the superplex. But no, the Japanese arm drag off the middle rope. And a cover. 1, 2. Nearly pinned the champion right there. Luger. Another DDT. He rocked him. Hansen winded, leaning over. Trying to catch his breath. Luger tried to lock him, that double underhook. Good takedown. I think he was going for the suplex. Realized he couldn't get him over. Gets a 1 count. Good modification there by Luger. And Vader with the high knee lift. Sting once in there. Vader deadlifting Luger. Gut wrench. Suplex. Scott Steiner looks ready to go in there. He would love to take on Vader or Hansen. But he is in the corner of Sting and Luger, providing encouragement along with their manager, Missy Hyatt. Rick Steiner, the only member of Hot Stuff International, not here tonight. And Vader looking to put away Luger right here with the camel clutch. Really wrenching back. Trying to force Luger to submit. If Luger can get his arms free, and he does. He trips up Vader by grabbing the ankles. Small package. Great wrestling move. 1, 2. Vader nearly pinned. Hansen couldn't help him. Hansen's hurt. Look at the pain on the face of Stan Hansen. This match taking its toll on all four men. A very physical altercation here tonight on WCW Saturday Night. And Luger looking for the abdominal stretch. The world champion in trouble. But Vader with the hip toss to break free. Missy Hyatt looking frustrated. Raising both hands. Unable to believe that Hansen got out. Or excuse me, that Vader got out. Hansen still looking like he's not ready to get back in there. He had the wind knocked out of him. Sting took it to him. I don't know if Hansen knows where he is. And Vader now putting the boots to Luger. Vader. Reverse powerbomb in Luger's throat, just whiplashed against the top rope. Slams him down. I think the ribs just cracked against the mat. And Vader's going to do it to him again. Luger taking on a lot of pain. And Hansen looks ready to get back in there perhaps. But Vader not done punishing Luger. A third time trying to crack the ribs. 5 minutes left in the time limit. Luger's going to roll out. Hyatt told him to get back in there. But Vader comes in and crushes him in the corner. We're getting a preview of Super Brawl, the main event. Vader versus Luger. Good suplex. Vader talking things over with Hansen there. I don't know if Hansen's ready to get back in the ring. Luger kicks him in the midsection. And a good takedown by Lex Luger. Luger might be looking for the Human Torture Rack. Can he get the big man up on his shoulders? He's going to try it here. Can he rack him? He's got him up. Over 400 pounds in the Human Torture Rack. If he can do that, 3 weeks from tonight, we'll have a new World Heavyweight Champion. Vader trying to break free. Stan Hansen not coming in. Vader's going to fight his way out of it. There's too much weight there. Luger couldn't hold him up any longer. Luger was going for the DDT, blocked by Vader. Another reverse powerbomb this time. I think Luger hit eyes first across that top rope. Luger races over and tags in Sting. It's Sting and Stan Hansen once more. And Sting takes him down with a head of steam. Sting calling out to the sold-out crowd in Atlanta, Georgia. Sting picks him up. Sting looking for the suplex. Can he get him up? Pushed him high above his head. All the blood rushing to the head of Hansen. And drives him to the mat. Double axe handle. Missy Hyatt cheering on her man. The U.S. Heavyweight Champion. Scoops him up. Good body slam. 3 minutes remain in the time limit. 3 minutes. Sting has him up. Presses him. And drops him. The good guy's really taking it to Hansen and Vader right now. Ooh, might have been a low kick there by Sting. Referee didn't see it. Sting with the power bomb. And a cover. Grapevine to leg. 1, 2, and 3. No. Thought he had him. Drives the head down. And a leaping elbow drop by the Stinger. Sting picks him up. Front face lock. Another good body slam by the Sting. By Sting. Cover. 1. Here comes Vader. 2. Vader comes in to make the save. Hansen kicked out anyway. Sting gonna help Vader in the hard way. Snapmare. And now Luger in. All 4 men in the ring. Luger takes down Vader. Gives a swift kick to Stan Hansen. And Luger going out to take on Vader. Sting looking for the Scorpion Deathlock. Can he turn him over? If he can do this in 3 weeks, he'll retain the title. But Stan Hansen grabbed the bottom rope to break the hold. Sting picks up Stan Hansen. Whips him into the buckle. Charging in. Stinger Splash. He hit Stan Hansen. He might be going for the Scorpion once more. No, winding up. Hansen to his feet. Sting from behind. Looking for another suplex. Look at the strength of Sting. So late into the match. Still so strong. Just pressing Stan Hansen and drives him to the mat. Sting going up top. High risk move. Hansen trying to crawl out of the way. Can he make the tag? Yes, he does. Makes the tag to Vader. Sting looking for the elbow. Takes down Vader and Hansen at the same time. And we are approaching 1 minute left in the time limit. Can Sting put away the world champion right here? It's U.S. champion versus world champion. Scorpion Death Drop. Cover. Leg hooked. He's going to pin the champ. 1, 2. Oh, near fall. Vader's just kicked out. Time winding down. Sting's going to work quickly. He's going to bring in Luger. He wants Luger to finish him. He said, put him away. Luger coming in. Driving elbow drop. It's Luger that's going to get the shot at the world title 3 weeks from tonight. Front face lock. And Luger looking for the abdominal stretch. Less than 30 seconds remain. Can Vader hold on? Referee asking him, do you want to give up? Vader saying no. 15 seconds. Hip toss to break free. Here comes Sting in. 10 seconds remain. Good takedown. Luger is going to go for the cover. He's got enough time. He's got enough time. No, there's a kick out, and it's a draw. We're out of time. See you next Saturday.